Hello, my name's Raphael, I'm a posh turtle, and welcome to part 2 of the pickups. Yeah! Oh yes, it's not a puppet, no it's not, it's just a plushie that Sarah picked up from a charity shop. Welcome to episode 2, by the way. This is a bonus video and we're continuing a pickups episode that I'll link in the cards. Go and check it out. It was done yesterday, put out there yesterday. We had some NES stuff, we had some Super Nintendo stuff, all from awesome retro game hunts of late. But today we're going to be diving into some additional things that I scored at Entertainment Station. Here's a quick snippet of that episode that I'll also link in the cards. Welcome to a brand new retro game store. We are over in Rotherham, which is here on the map, and we are diving in headfirst into Entertainment Station with lots of retro and the big three. That's right, we've got a Multi-Mega, an Amiga CD32, and more. I just love this store, guys. Really nice staff. I strongly suggest you take a trip down if you're based in the United Kingdom. I'll link their stuff in the description if you want to go and give them a follow. Pretty cool place. Can't wait to go back. But now I'm going to show you guys what I picked up. At the end of the last episode, I did tease my Castlevania pickup on the PS1. Unfortunately, it's not Symphony of the Night, but I'm a proud owner of Castlevania Chronicles on the PlayStation 1, and I have been on a bit of a kick over on Twitch playing the Advanced Collection recently. So I saw this and I was like, do I, don't I? And I did. So we're going to take a little look at this in what I'm calling a hyperfocus. Castlevania Chronicles is a special game in its own right because there are two modes that you can activate. We've got original mode and we've got the arrange mode. Original mode lends heavily from the original NES version, released in 1986, and even the introduction is original. It's very different from arrange mode, as is the startup screen. Arrange mode is a slightly more enhanced version in terms of its visuals and sound. For all its originality, I'm going to be quoting the gorgeous Wikipedia. That's right, we're going to read about this gorgeous gameplay, and I figured what better way to do it than have both of the styles of gameplay on the screen at the same time. So Castlevania is a game based on Castlevania, or rather Castlevania Chronicles is based on the original NES game. It has a new engine to take advantage of the Sharp X68000 hardware. The game is updated, including familiar stages that have been redesigned, as well as new stages altogether. It contains the special items and sub-weapons, all from the original game, as well as rare items known as a herb, which refills 6 health blocks for 10 hearts. Castlevania Chronicles is notable for its high difficulty level. End quotation. Now, just on that topic of difficulty, like I said in the previous episode, I have been on a little bit of a Castlevania binge, what with the release of the Castlevania Advanced Collection, and I've been streaming Circle of the Moon over on my Twitch page. Please give me a follow. There's a cheeky plug. I'll link it in the description. And for me, this is definitely Dark Souls of the 80s and 90s, because I struggled very much so on the second boss in Circle of the Moon with the Necromancer. Very difficult, but I managed to beat him. I just don't think there's an easy Castlevania game, and it looks like Castlevania Chronicles holds well to that kind of ecosystem of it being ridiculously difficult. But nonetheless, really proud to own this game, and I think for me it's time now to find a decent priced copy of Symphony of the Night. And a little story for you guys. A couple of years ago, actually maybe 4 years ago, that game, I sold it on behalf of a friend. I actually have a friend up in Pontefract, owner of Console Yourself, and he had a copy in for £175, and somebody messaged me over on my Facebook group and said, do you know where I can get it from? And I signposted him to Console Yourself, and he purchased it. So if you still watch my content, please let me know know who you are in the comment section, and I wish Symphony of the Night was £175 now, but let me know what you think of this little bit of hyperfocus / featurette before we dive in to more pickups. Now this next one is questionable, and it's questionable because you guys might think, hey, what is the point of that? It's ridiculous, Gemma, but I wanted it, and I wanted it specifically on the Sega Saturn. Oh, NBA Tournament Edition, some classic action from my back in the day, born for me on the 16-bit consoles, but I've really wanted this, so weirdly, on the Sega Saturn. It's one of my consoles that once the Lady Loft is done, a bulk of the retro are going to be set up, and the Saturn is taking prime position alongside my SNES, of course. Now, there's nothing much I can say about NBA Jam that we've not maybe talked about on the socials or we've not already seen, but it's so fun. And the finishing moves, like, he's on fire! That was a terrible rendition of that. Here's what it really sounds like. Those kinds of things fueled my childhood. So, Tournament Edition, just as a quick fact as well, Tournament Edition is quite difficult to obtain on the Super Nintendo, so if you do come across it, little tip, pick it up if you've got a bit of disposable or you want to trade something in. I only paid 22 quid for this, so thank you, Entertainment Station. Yeah. Now these next ones are definitely not games that I would normally buy, and that's because they're unboxed. But I said on the voiceover of the episode that I have some spare boxes floating around for Mega Drive games, so I thought I'd buy the unboxed. So I had a box for F-22 Interceptor, and I have a box for X-Men. So it was a no-brainer to me that I picked these up, pre-owned for 15 and then pre-owned for 6. So X-Men is definitely the better game out of the two, arguably. Well, there's no argument really. It is the better game out of the two, but now I just need to go for the manual. So these will go nicely on the alphabetized shelves within here. Now I've got some really cool things that Sarah also picked up for me in the charity shops, including a Wii game that I've never heard of, so we'll do a little hyper focus on that. But before we get to that, how cool is this translucent, I guess that was like an algae green PlayStation 1 controller, 12 quid. We popped into Chesterfield on the way back from Rotherham Entertainment Station, and I picked this up because I think it's really cool. And I have quite a lot of translucent controllers on the PlayStation 1, but I thought I'd include it before I set up my PS1. Probably going to use this as my primary going forward. So here's the next hyperfocus then. Sarah picked this up, I think for £1 it was, and that is the original Diabolic Sin on the Nintendo Wii. Okay, so off the bat, this actually looked very intriguing, but the more research I did into this, the more I realised that this game lacks polish. It is a point-and-click adventure with some very shoddy voice acting, but some not too bad visuals. And when I say not too bad visuals, I really like the cutscenes that remind me of 13. Unfortunately, they lack a bit of sound, and the sound they have just don't really do the cutscenes any favour. You see what I mean? Yeah.
It was open. Maybe I could try to pick the lock.
Now, there's not much talk about this game online, and what there is, again, really does lack. Even if you take a look at the wiki page, there's not a great deal on there. I mean, the plot is very basic. We've got this chap's girlfriend who is held captive and he's forced to steal a valuable work of art. Again, it's point and click. The pacing is very, very slow, but that's point and click. It's not necessarily a genre of video game that I like to play, but I know that there's a huge community out there that really do like point and click adventure games. So if that's your thing, I would definitely check this out. In terms of price, I couldn't really tell you without looking what this game goes for. I paid £5 for it at a charity shop. It definitely was valued at more than that when I checked, but nonetheless, happy to have it in the Wii collection, and I might just give it a go when I'm bored. She also picked up 3 other games for me. We got some GT Pro Series, we got some Race Pro, and then for £1, Crash of the Titans, which I think is a spin-off. So £1 each on them, and I think that was £1. It might have, no, it was a £5, sorry, but it does go for a lot more if somebody was a reseller and wanted to sell it. I don't, because I'm not a reseller. I don't even want to, I only sell my doubles, and obviously if I came across a double of that, I just flog it, whatever. But they were from the charity shop. So I think there's some really good pickups there that I've amassed over 4 retro game hunts over the past couple of months, and I thought it was worthy doing a little episode, part 2 for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and if you're new here, make sure you subscribe because we're super passionate. I'm really buzzing, and please follow me on Twitch. It's free to follow, but if you're an Amazon Prime member, you can sub on Twitch for free. You just need to link your Prime to your Twitch, and then you can sub to my channel for free and enjoy the benefits. But for now, guys, I'm going to leave you there. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Loads coming. Peace out. See you soon.